This is your Adventist News, a service of the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. I'm Tamika Fox. In this week's broadcast, students show appreciation to their grandparents, and children are consecrated to God. These stories and more on this week's Adventist News. The Elementary and Early Learning Center students of Bahamas Academy recently prepared a heartwarming service for their grandparents. On January 24th, the grandparents were honored for the role they play in the lives of their grandchildren. Also present for the service were the guest speaker of the 2025 convention, Dr. William Lee, and Education Director Juliet Sands. The special assembly began with a welcome address from school principal Dr. Lavonda Smith, who expressed deep appreciation for the grandparents in attendance. Smith said, "The love from grandparents is a bond that connects generations. Your presence enriches lives that words cannot express." The service had many touching performances as the students shared tributes, songs, and skits dedicated to their grandparents. As a part of the celebration, the students also shared personal stories about their grandparents and their love.
My grandma means the world to me. She cooks for me. She gives me candy when I'm sad. She is the best grandma I could ever ask for. So therefore, I love my grandma.
The service concluded with students presenting their grandparents with tokens of appreciation. The grandparents who attended were reportedly blessed as they saw how much they were appreciated and shared their sentiments with us.
The kids sang beautiful songs as tributes. They recited poems, had a skit. You should have been here to see those little kids dressed as grandparents. Reminded me of the days when I was a young boy and my grandparents wore those clothing. And we had the certain old wise saying, if you don't listen, you'll feel, just good stuff. And it reminded me when I was a boy growing up. And so Bahamas Academy, congratulations for a wonderful job you've done today in making us grandparents, myself, feel very proud and very happy.
Today's program was just excellent. At one time, when the children were given their accolades and they said, grandparents are loving, they are kind, I almost cried. Because the children, they really showed their love and affection for their grandparents. And so I would like to say to Bahamas Academy, keep up the good work. You're doing an excellent job with our children. And may God continue to bless you and widen your wisdom so you will do even a greater job.
The service was a wonderful reminder of the role grandparents play in not only the family, but also the wider community. The Children and Adolescent Ministries Department leaders recently recommitted themselves to the mission of the gospel involving our children. On January 25th, a prayer of consecration was given by Elder Romiko Young, who prayed for the leaders, parents, children, and adolescents, asking for God's continued guidance and blessings as they strive to remain faithful. Charm leaders also created an opportunity to serve others by donating snack bags to the Nazareth Center for Children and the Children's Emergency Hostel.
On behalf of the Bahamas Children's Emergency Hostel, the Board of Directors, the staff, the children here, and myself, we want to say thank you for the donation that you have brought to us. It may have seemed like a small donation, but every little bit counts.
I would like to say thank you on behalf of the children of the Nazareth Center and the Department of Social Services for all the lovely packages that you have given them.
We thank God for our leaders who continue to support and train our children for the kingdom. When we come back, we'll have more on what's coming up in the South Bahamas Conference.
New Seventh-day Adventist Church presents Gospel Explosion 2025. with world-renowned speaker, musician, and evangelist, Dr. Claudius Morgan.
Hey, greetings to you, my friends in the Bahamas. I'm coming your way in February. We're going to have a great time at the Good News Seventh-day Adventist Church. I'm coming to preach, I'm coming to sing, I'm coming to dance, and we're going to have a good time.
That's Gospel Explosion 2025 at the Good News Seventh-day Adventist Church, February 8th through 22nd, 7 p.m. nightly. Don't you miss it.
Welcome back to our Adventist News. And coming up in the South Bahamas Conference. Holy Convocation Week concludes this Sabbath, February 8th, 2025, with a joint service at the Hillview Church beginning at 4 p.m. The Health Ministries and Adventist Health Professions Association will hold its annual prayer breakfast this Sunday, February 9th, at the Johnson Park Seventh-day Adventist Church beginning at 8 a.m. The guest speaker will be Pastor Waldo Casildo Bennett. During the prayer service, the AHPA will also hold its election of executive officers for 2025 to 2027. 12 evangelistic sites have been formed throughout the South Bahamas Conference for the upcoming evangelistic series beginning February 8th to 22nd, 2025. The following pastors from across the Inter-American Division are coming to share the good news of God throughout our country. Pastor Sharon White will be at the Hillview Church. Pastor Vincent David for the Bethany and Gambier site. Pastor Claudius Morgan for the Good News, Breath of Life, and Adelaide site. Pastor Michael Williams for the Living Faith, Ephesus, and Trinity site. Pastor Angelo Dominguez for the Maranatha, Redemption, and Philadelphia site. Pastor Daniel Miller for the Berea, New Providence, and Real Harvest site. Pastor Gelda Gamboa for the Grantstown, New Angliston, and Johnson Park site. Pastor Henry Peters for the Centerville and New Haven site. Pastor Nigel Walcott for the Eleuthera district. Pastor David Campbell for the Exuma district. Pastor Dwayne Scott for the South Andros district. And Pastor Inskip Richards for the North Andros district. Bahamas Academy is celebrating Literacy Month. On February 20th, join the faculty, staff, and students for the annual Literacy Night. Theme, Under the Sea, right on the school grounds. All Adventist educators are invited to the Seventh-day Adventist Educators Association relaunch, which will be held on Sunday, February 23rd, 2025 at 2 p.m. at Bahamas Academy campus. Be our guest as we meet, greet, and discuss the trends in education. The Women's Ministries Department of the South Bahamas Conference will host a joint Leaders Consecration service and award ceremony at the Maranatha Seventh-day Adventist Church on Sunday, February 23rd, 2025 at 5 p.m. All health enthusiasts and persons interested in healthy living are invited to the 2025 8 Weeks to Wellness Diabetes Edition under the theme, I Choose to Beat Diabetes. The meetings will be held on March 3rd and will conclude on April 28th. The meetings will be held nightly on Zoom from 6 to 7:30 p.m. For more information, call 428-4251 or 341-4021. Feel free to visit the South Bahamas Conference website at southbahamasconference.org to receive more information on all our upcoming conference events. There, you can also view a rebroadcast of our Adventist News Update, along with other local programming from our cable channel ATV 658, and read the weekly logos and the Adventist page from the Nassau Guardian.
Conflict resolution. A conflict is a serious argument between two individuals. Many persons are not aware of ways to resolve these conflicts. Here are a few ways to get through disagreements. Recognize the other person's concerns. Make sure that the person knows that you fully understand their point of view and you are not ignoring them. Calmly discuss each other's concerns. Shouting and blaming each other only makes things much worse. When seeking to resolve conflicts, always meet in person. A face-to-face conversation is a thoughtful way of addressing problems. When communicating electronically, something may be said innocently, but the other person may take it in the wrong way. Pay attention to body language. Oftentimes, we are not conscious of our body movements while conversing with someone else. A person can easily feel disrespected if you give off the wrong type of body language, like crossing arms or not making eye contact. Put yourself in the other person's shoes. When we are saturated with our own beliefs, we fail to realize how the other person may feel. By seeing things from their point of view, we are able to get a better understanding of their feelings. Overall, ensure that the conflict is completely resolved. Make sure you are satisfied with the outcome of the discussion. Don't let issues linger and don't dwell on things of the past. Let us strive at all times to show respect in dealing with each other, showing persons the considerations that you expect in return. This has been Javon Thomas with your health tip, courtesy of Adventist Television. And remember, God wants us to prosper and be in good health.
Let's go now to Adventist News Network with our news feature from around the world.
We will relive in an unforgettable moment from ANN in 2024, which brought together ADRA, the Adventist NGO, and hundreds of Pathfinders in a collective effort to break a world record and achieve a historic feat at the International Pathfinder Camporee in the United States.
Over 250 young people worked together to fill 6,200 backpacks with school supplies, setting a new Guinness World Record during the International Pathfinder Camporee in Gillette, Wyoming. In a joyful and collaborative environment, the backpacks, donated by ADRA, were filled with pencils, markers, pens, notepads, and other essential school materials in less than 5 minutes. The backpacks will be distributed across various regions of the United States and in several islands in the Western Pacific, such as Guam and Micronesia, located between Asia and Australia, where many children face challenges accessing educational resources. Official Guinness adjudicators were present to validate the record, and a commemorative plaque was presented, officially certifying the achievement. The young people from different parts of the world celebrated the historic milestone together. The competitive moment marked the achievement of a new record and provided an opportunity for youth and communities to unite in a noble cause, promoting the spirit of service and solidarity. This project highlights ADRA's commitment to supporting education and transforming lives, especially in underprivileged areas. For ADRA, investing in education is investing in humanity's future, ensuring that all children have access to quality school supplies, regardless of where they live.
This record is not just an entry in a book, but a symbol of the impact that the collaboration and solidarity of ADRA, the Pathfinders, and Adventist education can have on the world. Congratulations.
Well, that's it for our Adventist news from the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. To share what is happening at your church, please email your news stories and upcoming events to sbcadventistnews@gmail.com. To view a rebroadcast of the Adventist news along with other programming and to keep in touch with what's happening at our conference, visit our website at southbahamasconference.org. The SBC Media Network's Facebook and Instagram pages are filled with lots of materials from the Communications Department, so you would want to check those out. And remember, to subscribe, like, follow, and share. You can watch and listen to programs from our radio station, Word SBC 88.3 FM, and our Adventist television channel, ATV 658. Get updates, insights, and first-hand information from the SBC Media Network as it happens. The programming from ATV 658 can also be viewed on the South Bahamas Conference YouTube channel. So, feel free to watch a recap of our Adventist news. On behalf of our production team, it was our pleasure to bring you tonight's news update. I'm Tamika Fox for the SBC Media Network. Have a happy Sabbath.